Tuberville blocking the Armed Forces promotion list is astonishing. We're up to 300 of the flag officers now that can't assume office. We won't have a chairman of the JCS confirmed. We don't have a commandant of the Marine Corps confirmed, the chief of naval operations, the chief of staff of the Army. He's unilaterally applying political extortion on the armed forces instead of arguing it out in Congress.
That was General Barry McCaffrey on this program yesterday on the insane and dangerous game being played by one Senator, Tommy Tuberville, who for months now has been holding up military promotions over the Defense Department's abortion health care policy. None more urgent than the stalled confirmation of Air Force General C.Q. Brown, who would be taking over for General Mark Milley as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff when he retires on October 1st, about a week from now. But Brown cannot serve in the role until and unless he's confirmed. We're back with Lieutenant Colonel McGrath, Admiral Abbott, and Admiral Smith. What do we do about the Tuberville crisis?
We keep talking about it because it's hurting our national security. And he needs to be pressured. And what I have said from the very beginning is this isn't just one senator. He needs more pressure from fellow Republican senators. He's not going to listen to Democratic senators, but he can listen to Republican senators. And we have to continually make the case that this is hurting our national security. The military is not always going to speak up because they can't in political matters. So we have a duty to do that. You know, we have a commander who is about ready to take over the 7th Fleet, for example, out in the Pacific. You know, he's ready for this job. He spent his whole career. This isn't just plug and play. You can't just take one admiral and I'm just going to put him in there. You could, but that's not great for our national security. You need the right people. And we have the right people nominated, but one man is holding this up, and it's hurting us, not just our national security at large, but it's also hurting military families.
Yeah. It used to be a red line, right? That if you were doing something that hurt national security, the political price was too high. To say nothing of hurting military families, military readiness. I think that they've also warned that it's hurting combat readiness right now. Those used to all be circuit breakers in our politics, and they're not anymore. What does that say?
Exactly right. And it is those two things. It is impacting military readiness, and it's hurting the individuals and their families' readiness, because we have all of these individuals who are having to occupy jobs and at the same time do their other job. And frankly, these jobs don't lend themselves to being able to do two jobs at one time.
Right.
So something's going to suffer. And in addition, they and their families are suffering from not knowing what's next, whether there's going to be a move, whether the kids are going to come out of school. And it is being done as a bargaining chip for an issue that's not related to national security. And we need to ask whether the Senate actually, it's a not a rule, it's a practice that indeed was not put in place for this purpose, but for a different purpose, whether they might need to take a look and clarify that.
What do you think? I mean, Amy's helped educate me on just how difficult it is to speak out when you're still inside and on the job, and even when you come out, because you are sort of the brave few speaking out. What do you think is really on the minds of active duty military held up by these promotions or impacted because their leaders are in flux? And folks like Chairman Milley, what do you think they think of Tommy Tuberville?
You know, I think that they look at him and just the hypocrisy of a person in that position that says he cares about veterans, he cares about the military, and don't worry, this won't impact anything. It's just fundamentally flawed. So absolutely, our active duty have to stay apolitical. But what they're thinking, to me, I think the first thing everyone thinks about is their family. You know, these are children that thought they were moving. You know, I grew up as a Navy brat. I had my children when I was in active duty. They're constantly moving. It's a rough life to begin with. And now the uncertainty, which school will I be in? Or for the spouse, do I change jobs? Can I fill the position in that new city? Oh, now I have to.
Do I rent the house? Do I need to move?
So I think that's the first thing everyone thinks about. People, I believe the active duty officers can figure it out. They're going to work it. There's tons of readiness issues, but from a personal perspective, do they really want to stick around an organization that treats their family this way? So at a certain point, you're impacting not just today's readiness, you're talking about the future, and is it time to move on? And that's just reprehensible.